Prosecution is close to resting its case in the Orlando murder trial of Casey Anthony, the mom accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter Kaylee in 2008. Prosecutors have argued she duct taped the child's mouth and nose, suffocating her in effect. The defense argues Kaylee accidentally drowned in her grandparents' pool. Legal analyst Michelle Suskauer joins us live. As always, Michelle, we thank you for being with us. Prosecution, we're thinking, will be wrapped up. Defense takes over tomorrow. From the prosecution point of view, what's the one thing they most want to stick in jurors' minds as this case moves over to the defense side?
That this is, even though it was a circumstantial case, that the evidence is overwhelming, that all of the pieces of the puzzle, all of the evidence, the scientific evidence, the personal evidence, all fits together, and it's not disjointed. That's what they want, and it's overwhelming. They've thrown so much in the pot. And
those most crucial pieces of prosecution evidence in your mind?
Well, I think the scientific evidence cannot be ignored, even though it's a little bit drier. The proximity of where the baby's body was in relation to the house, certainly the searches on the internet, and all of the lies and the lack of reporting this child missing for 31 days. Crucial pieces of the state's case.
You're the defense now, knowing all that. How do you begin to try and poke holes in the prosecution case?
Well, I think they already started poking some holes, everything that they can. Every time they get up to cross-examine one of these witnesses, question the scientific evidence that had never been brought in before, they are poking holes here. But it's very crucial that they're going to be bringing in evidence to show why she did not report this child missing for 31 days, which is really just very, very disturbing information. And talk about how dysfunctional she was, the dysfunction of the home, and also the fact that this is their defense, that the baby drowned. They have to admit certain things. They have to admit that the child was probably in the trunk, and admit as to maybe where the body was placed. I think there are certain admissions they're going to have to make here in order to sell this defense.
And they've talked about accidental drowning, implied a cover-up, have essentially said that it was Casey Anthony who was abused herself. Will Casey Anthony's family be as much on trial in the defense case as Casey herself?
They have been, and they absolutely will continue to be. We're going to see, I'm sure, George Anthony take the stand again in the defense's case. And Cindy Anthony, we may see again. Ray Kronk, who was the individual who found the body, they are going to be throwing him under the bus big time. So these are any way that they can point the finger away from Casey Anthony and also try to explain their defense, they're going to do so.
If you were sitting there with the defense lawyers tonight looking ahead, and a lot can change throughout the defense case, but would you say, boy, I think we're going to have to put Casey on the stand, or no way?
It's a hard question. I think that they probably should not put her on the stand because she's already testified via videotape all of those times, and they need to use their other witnesses here.
Michelle Suskauer, the defense strategy getting underway soon. As always, we thank you for joining us with your expert analysis, and we'll be looking forward to staying in touch as the case moves along.
Thank you.
NewsChannel.